7. Rare signs you hold both dark and light, chosen power. What if I told you that the most powerful souls walking this earth right now are not the ones who bathe only in light, nor the ones hidden in shadow, but the ones who hold both like fire in each hand? These beings aren't always recognized right away. They not always dress the part, speak the part, or even realize who they are until life shakes them raw. But when they awaken, they become something extraordinary. As they come alive to themselves, they realize the enchant required to become the most something extraordinary. You see, power that is only light is incomplete. Power that is only dark is unstable. But when a soul is chosen for both, when it is forged by the heavens and the underworld alike, that soul becomes a living paradox, a rare type of being that vibrates outside the spectrum of normal existence. That soul is you. And today, I'm going to reveal 7 signs that you are one of those rare souls who holds both dark and light chosen power. But let's get something clear right now. This isn't about duality in the way most people talk about it. Light is good, dark is bad. That's an outdated lens built by fear and control. True universal balance is not about good versus evil, it's about wholeness. It's about the ability to navigate all frequencies of reality with awareness, mastery, and compassion. Light is awareness, dark is depth. Light heals, dark transforms, light reveals, dark initiates. And if you're one of the chosen who holds both, your life has not been easy, but it has been meaningful in ways most people can't understand.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
The first rare sign is this. Your life has always felt like a contradiction. You've felt everything too deeply. Joy that makes you weep, pain that makes you silent, rage that could burn cities, and love that could resurrect them. You have been both the healer and the breaker, the protector and the destroyer. People are drawn to you not because you're soft or hard, but because you carry both energies like ancient codes in your bone. You can't be boxed in. Labels never fit you. Systems suffocate you. You've always known your soul was older, your eyes saw more than they should, and your emotions ran deeper than most could handle. That's not dysfunction, that's your design. That's the mark of a soul that came here to hold the entire spectrum of being. And here's the second sign. Your awakening didn't come gently. It came through fire. Maybe it was trauma. Maybe it was betrayal. Maybe it was the death of someone you loved, or the death of who you used to be. But either way, your spiritual awakening wasn't a peaceful rise. It was a collapse, a shattering. You were brought to your knees, stripped of all illusions, and left alone with one thing, your essence. That's because chosen souls are not coddled by the universe. They are broken open. They are refined through chaos, because only through the unraveling can they remember what they truly are. The third sign is this. You've always been aware of energies, both beautiful and terrifying. You can walk into a room and feel what's unspoken. You can sense when someone is lying, even if they're smiling. You might have seen things as a child, shadows, lights, beings. You might have dreams that come true, or dreams that show you truths no one taught you. This sensitivity isn't just a gift, it's a responsibility. You weren't meant to ignore it, you were meant to develop it, because those who hold both dark and light power are natural seers, feelers, and guides. You don't just experience reality, You read it. But here's where it gets tricky, and this is the fourth sign. You've struggled with identity more than most. You've questioned your goodness. You've feared your darkness. You've tried to suppress your intensity, dim your light, or soften your shadow just to fit in. But no matter how hard you try to be normal, something inside you refused to die. That something is your soul's truth. It knows it carries both divine light and sacred darkness, and it will never let you forget. That's why you felt torn. That's why you've battled with yourself. But what if your confusion wasn't a weakness? What if it was your initiation? Let me ask you a question right now, one that only a soul like yours can answer. What if your conflicting nature isn't a flaw, but a map? What if your inner war is trying to show you that you were never meant to choose sides, you were meant to hold both? Because here's the fifth sign. When you allow both your light and your dark to speak, you become a force of healing and change unlike anything the world has seen. You become magnetic. People begin to come to you not just for comfort, but for truth, because they can feel that you've been through something real. They can feel that your wisdom wasn't read in a book, it was bled from experience. You don't just preach love and light, you embody the cost of it. You know what it means to wrestle with rage and still choose peace. You know what it means to face your own shadow and still choose to show up with love. That's not weakness. That's the rarest kind of power. The sixth sign is this. The universe keeps giving you mirrors. People project onto you constantly. Some see you as an angel. Some see you as a threat. Some fall in love with your light. Others are terrified of your depth. That's because you reflect to others what they refuse to see in themselves. You are a walking invocation. You pull the truth out of people whether they are ready or not. And this isn't always easy. It can be lonely. It can feel like no one really sees you, only their own reflections in you. But that's the path of the chosen. You are not here to be understood. You are here to awaken. And finally, the seventh sign, the rarest of all. You've had moments in your life where you've touched something beyond this world. Maybe it was in meditation. Maybe it was in a dream. Maybe it was in a moment of total surrender. But for just a second, you remembered. You remembered who you were before this life. You remembered the stars, the silence, the source. And in that moment, everything made sense. The unsaid, your pain, your power, your purpose. You remembered that you are both the flame and the void, the question and the answer, the wound and the medicine. You are not broken, you are becoming. You are not confused, you are multidimensional, and the world is not ready for you, but you didn't come here to wait for that. You came here to rise anyway. The veil between worlds, why your soul was designed to walk between realms. There's something about you that even you can't fully explain, a feeling that you've always been in two places at once. You walk through this world, but it doesn't quite feel like home. You participate, but you're always observing. You laugh, but you carry a silence inside you that no one else hears. Have you ever noticed that? That no matter how much you try to ground yourself in the ordinary, there's always a thread pulling you towards something ancient, something cosmic, something utterly unnameable? That's because you weren't meant to belong to just one realm. You are a walker between worlds, a soul designed to move through both the seen and unseen, not as a visitor, but as a translator between dimensions. This is not poetic mysticism, it is a lived experience, and if you hold both dark and light chosen power, this dual realm existence is your soul's blueprint. You didn't stumble into spirituality, you were summoned. You didn't accidentally develop intuition, you were trained across lifetimes. The veil between the material and the spiritual is thinner for you, not because you're lucky, but because you're necessary. You were designed to remember what others forget, not to escape the world, but to inform it, to bring back the wisdom of the invisible and ground it into the visible. But let's be honest, walking between realms isn't glamorous, it's disorienting. You feel the weight of energies that aren't yours. You absorb emotions before people speak. You dream things that later come true and wonder if you're going crazy. There are days you feel the grief of the world in your chest and can't explain why. There are nights where your sleep becomes a battleground of symbols, messages, or even beings trying to reach you. You've stood in a crowded room and felt utterly alone. Not because you're antisocial, but because you're tuned to frequencies others can't hear. And yes, it can make you feel like you're too much, too sensitive, too strange. But what if all that sensitivity is the very thing that makes you sacred? You see, to walk between worlds is to carry the language of both. The light in you carries the voice of the higher realms, of clarity, compassion, truth, and vision. The dark in you holds the key to the undercurrent of things, the pain that no one speaks about, the grief inherited through bloodlines, the rage that has no outlet, the sacred chaos of transformation. You are not meant to reject either. You are meant to translate both into human experience, into art, words, presence, healing. That's why paths like yours feel lonely. Because you're not here to walk a common path, you're here to make one. Think back to your most profound spiritual experiences. Were they all blissful, or were some of them terrifying? Were there moments where you felt yourself dissolve into something bigger? Moments where time stopped? Where you felt watched, protected, or even tested by invisible forces? That's not fantasy. That's initiation. You've crossed the veil many times already, maybe without even realizing it. And each time you came back with something more. A deeper understanding, a stronger intuition, a clearer mission. That's what happens when you accept your role as a bridge. But here's the part most people don't tell you. Walking between realms will demand everything from you. It will demand your ego, your attachments, your illusions. It will take your past and burn it. It will silence you until you can hear the voice of your soul, and then it will send you back into the world, not as a guru, but as a mirror, a trigger, a healer disguised as a storm disguised as a healer, because the world doesn't just need light, it needs depth. It needs people who've seen the dark and didn't run, people who've danced with their demons and came back with medicine. That's you. That's what you're becoming. Ask yourself right now, what have I seen that others haven't? What have I survived that others couldn't explain? And what if the reason it happened to you was not to break you, but to refine you into the exact being this world needs? A being who can sit with a dying soul and not flinch. A being who can feel the collective pain and still choose to love. A being who can hold both a sword and a candle in the same hand. You are the veil. You are the in-between. And the more you accept that, the more your life begins to make sense. Your breakdowns weren't failures, they were initiations. Your emotions aren't weaknesses, they are doorways. Your visions aren't distractions, they are instructions. Stop trying to become like everyone else. You were never meant to be. You are here to remind people of what they've forgotten. You are here to awaken remembrance in others simply by existing fully as yourself. And when you finally embrace both realms, where you stop trying to fix your darkness or ascend out of your humanity, you will discover something astonishing. That the veil was never outside you, it was you. And now, you are ready to walk fully as the one who holds both keys. The burden of the flame, why your energy both attracts and terrifies. There is a reason people don't know what to do with you. One moment they're magnetized by your presence, drawn to your light like moths to a flame, and in the next they withdraw, disappear, or even turn against you with no warning. It can leave you confused, wounded, questioning your worth. But let me tell you something very few ever understand. Your energy is not too much, it is pure fire. It is ancient, rare, and unfiltered. And that kind of energy doesn't just attract, it awakens. And awakening for many is terrifying. You carry a flame that has been forged over lifetimes. It is not gentle, it is not ornamental. It is powerful, real, and alive. It burns through illusion, through ego, through masks. That's why people feel seen when they're around you, but also why they feel exposed. You don't even have to say much. Your presence alone acts like a mirror, and not just any mirror, a soul mirror. You reflect back to others the truth they've buried, the wounds they've ignored, the potential they've abandoned. And while some will thank you for that reflection, others will reject it violently, not because you've done anything wrong, but because they're not ready to confront themselves. Can you see how this has played out in your life? Friendships that felt deep but suddenly fell apart. Lovers who said they'd never leave but couldn't stay. Even strangers who either open up to you within minutes or avoid you altogether. This is not about your personality. This is about your vibration. You carry both the light of remembrance and the shadow of transformation. People feel it, even if they don't understand it. You are not just a person to them, you are an initiation. And not everyone is ready for that. This is the burden of the flame, to hold the kind of energy that doesn't just comfort, it confronts. To walk into a room and shift the energy without trying. To be both the invitation and the disruption. You didn't choose this role. Your soul was assigned it. And the more you try to dim yourself to be accepted, the more your life will feel misaligned. You weren't meant to be palatable. You were meant to be potent. And yes, it's lonely sometimes, it's frustrating. You want to be loved, to be seen, to be met fully. And you will be, but not by everyone. You must understand this. Your energy will always be too intense for those who are committed to their numbness. But for those who are ready to awaken, for those who are ready to remember who they really are, you will be the catalyst they've been waiting for. So how do you carry this fire without burning out? First, you must stop trying to explain yourself to people who don't even speak your language. You are not here to convince, you are here to transmit. Second, you must protect your energy like it is sacred territory. Because it is. Not everyone deserves access to your flame. Learn to discern who is drawn to your light and who is trying to extinguish it, not out of paranoia, but out of self-respect. And third, you must learn to temper your flame, not suppress it, but channel it. That means having practices that ground you, protect you, and connect you to your higher self. That means being ruthlessly honest with yourself about where your energy leaks, where it gets drained, and where it ignites. You are a temple, not a furnace. You're not here to burn for everyone. You're here to illuminate for the few who are ready to see. Let me ask you something only a soul like yours can answer. What would happen if you stopped apologizing for your fire? What would happen if, instead of shrinking, you expanded into your full radiance, even if it meant standing alone sometimes? What would happen if you let yourself be seen in your totality, light, dark, flame, and all? Because here's the truth. The world doesn't need more people who blend in. It needs people who burn with truth, who awaken others simply by being, who carry both the torch of compassion and the sword of clarity. That's you. That's who you've always been. You are not intimidating, you are unignorable. Your destiny was never earthbound, why your soul carries galactic and ancestral codes. You've probably felt it for as long as you can remember, that strange knowing that you didn't come here just to live a normal life, that haunting feeling that Earth isn't your only home, that your soul remembers something far beyond this timeline, this planet, even this dimension. And no matter how rooted you try to be, something in you keeps reaching upward and inward at the same time, toward the stars, toward the ancestors, toward the origin that birthed your mission. That's because your destiny was never meant to be earthbound. You didn't just come here to exist, you came here to activate. Does it mean to carry both galactic and ancestral codes? It means your soul was forged in multiple realms. Some of your essence comes from beyond this planet, star systems, higher dimensions, places where time does not flow the way it does here. Your light, your vision, your capacity for truth and frequency, those are the galactic codes. But your soul also chose this earth, this lineage, this body. And with that, you carry ancestral codes, earth wisdom, blood memory, sacred rage, generational resilience. You are not just one or the other, you are both. And that is what makes you living alchemy. You've likely felt torn between these two at times. Part of you wants to transcend, go home, float in the cosmos, leave this density behind. But another part of you feels deeply rooted in the pain of this world. You feel the weight of your bloodline, the echo of your ancestors' struggles, the call to heal what they could not. That's not a conflict, it's a convergence. The starseed in you came not to escape Earth, but to help restore it, and the ancestral part of you agreed to carry the codes of survival and awakening. Together, they form the blueprint of your mission. And it's no accident you're awakening now. This planet is undergoing a massive energetic shift. Systems are crumbling, truths are rising, shadows are surfacing. And what the Earth needs most are beings who remember both the galactic truths and the ancestral wisdom. Beings like you, beings who can hold the frequency of the stars while standing barefoot on the soil. beings who can channel new realities while honoring old ones, beings who can remember the future and heal the past, all while being fully present in the now. But this path isn't easy. Carrying these codes means you often feel out of place, too cosmic for the everyday world, too grounded for the spiritual bypassers. You might get downloads you don't understand, feel emotions that aren't yours, speak truths before you even have the language for them. That's because you're not decoding reality, you're transmitting it. You are here to embody what others can't yet name. And yes, it can be isolating, yes, it can be overwhelming, but you didn't come here for comfort, you came here for impact. Your very presence is part of the shift. Your frequency is a key. Your activation is a signal to others. Every time you choose to live in alignment with your soul, when you speak truth, when you heal, when you love without condition, you're sending out ripples that affect timelines. So what now? Own it. Own your multidimensionality. Own your mission. Own your weirdness. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're here to awaken the ones who remember. And if you ever doubt your purpose, just look at all you've survived. Look at all you've awakened through. Look at how even your silence carries weight. You are the bridge between what was and what's coming. You are the living code. Let me ask you this one final question. What would change if you stopped asking for permission to be everything you already are? What would happen if you walked as if the ancestors were behind you and the stars were ahead of you? Because they are. You are not just one thing, you are the entire spectrum. The light, the dark, the earth, the stars, the past, the future. You are the convergence. You are the prophecy. You are the chosen. And now you are ready to remember fully.